someone who's been growing projects, launching projects for over 4 years now, I'm constantly asked, what is the best marketing asset that a project can invest in building over time? Now, there are many things that come to mind. So I'm going to give you my top 3 marketing assets right now, and this changes as the seasons go by in crypto. And then I'm going to dial in on my favorite one and why it is my favorite one. So if you are building a project in crypto, even if you're investing in the crypto markets and you want to know what to look out for in a project to see potentially its growth potential, then you're going to want to watch this video. Okay, so what are my 3 marketing assets right now? The first one is accessing an existing community. So if a project is building on, say, a specific chain like Solana, and then it so happens that Solana are supporting that project directly, pushing it to their community, this is a huge marketing asset to have. You know, having that relationship with this chain and this blockchain that's putting your project in front of their community is organic, it's free media, right? To an existing huge community. So that's one thing that is an amazing marketing asset. The second one is founder-led. So oftentimes in crypto, a lot of projects want to spend hundreds of thousands on different marketing channels and KOLs when they could just build their own distribution channels, right? If we look at Hyperliquid, they didn't spend any money on KOLs. Their founders already had profiles in the space, which meant that they could use them as their own distribution channels, which was organic and it didn't cost anything, and accelerate and have control over their growth. So as a founder, being able to put time into building your own presence and telling your story is a really powerful way to create a distribution channel for your project and also bring new faces and gain new awareness. And my third one here is your chart. And this is the one I want to dial into a little bit more in this video, because your chart is, if anything, your greatest marketing asset. Think about it this way. It's very simple. Let's say I'm on crypto Twitter right now. I discover your project. I find it interesting. What's the first thing I'm going to do? I'm going to go and look at your chart, right? As soon as I've learned a little bit about your project, maybe it's from that founder distribution channel or something else, and you're obviously post-launch, I'm going to go and look at your chart. Now, retail investors are much smarter now than they were a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They know how to read on-chain metrics. So if I go to your chart, I'm going to be looking at, what does the chart look like? Maybe doing a bit of technical analysis. Does it look like it could blow? I'm going to be looking at your volume and whether it's organic. I'm going to be looking at your token holder distribution, making sure that there isn't anyone who holds a huge bag that could suck all the liquidity out in an instant. I'm going to be looking at your liquidity as well to make sure that it's a healthy market and it's a good liquidity to market cap ratio in place. I'm going to be looking at bubble maps. I'm going to be looking at all of this stuff, right? These are just a few different things. So when I say your chart, it's really your market in general, because as I mentioned, I've come across your project. I like it. I like the sound of it. It's a crypto project, which means I want to try and make something out of this. I'm going to want to invest in it. And then I need to go and look at whether it's a good vehicle for me to invest in or not. So a lot of projects fail because they have launched a project and a token. The token has launched at a high FDV and it's dropped massively, or it's launched at a low FDV and bad actors have got a large percent of supply that have dumped it. Either way, you've got a wrecked chart. So anyone that's interested in your project story and being involved, they want to have that invested interest. They go and look at your token, they're immediately put off. So that's why it's, in my opinion, the most important marketing asset. It's that thing that people look into before they go and invest in your project. And if they go and invest in your project, you can leverage a network effect. And you leverage that network effect because they've got that investment in your project. They want to see it be successful. They're going to go and do what they can to make it successful. So just as a recap, there are many important marketing assets that a project should develop. And if you're thinking, what are the best marketing assets I can create or should be for my project, then go to growmag.net. We're Web3's growth engine. You can book in a free strategy call with us and we'll tell you, we'll talk to you directly about your project and give you some customized opinions on what your growth focuses should be. But aside from that and getting something a bit customized for your project, You've got to make sure you develop a good market. You've got to look at your market through the lens of a DGen as a retail in this market, understanding what they're going to be looking at, making sure everything looks good, making sure that chart and market looks like it's got a lot of potential in it. You should definitely create your own distribution channels for sure. Organic media through those channels is going to be epic. It's going to save you money. You're going to have a good ROI on that. And it's something that can continue flourishing and growing you over time. And then thirdly, if you can get access and build solid partnerships and relationships with existing communities, it could be a chain. It could be a different type of community in this space. Whatever it is, if you can build that and it's in an organic way where they have an invested interest in your project, you're not having to pay them to get in front of their community, then you're going to win that way as well. So that's everything on today's video. There's 3 really core marketing assets you should develop, and what my favorite one is, and the reasons why. And like I said, if you're launching a project, you're growing a project, go to Web3's growth engine, growmag.net, have a chat with them, see how you get on. Best of luck.